Now on 4 News Now at 6, a push to give the voters the chance to decide if abortions should be allowed in Idaho. Why one coalition says a women's right to choose shouldn't be left up to lawmakers in Boise.
I'm tracking rain showers on the way for tomorrow. I'll help you plan your day around the rain in the First Alert forecast.
And the trouble with the boulder, how the 1,500-pound rock ended up in a woman's home and how she's planning to move it. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
A new ballot initiative could restore some abortion rights to Idahoans. Right now, the state has a near total abortion ban.
But if one statewide coalition can collect enough signatures, abortion rights could be in voters' hands. Bronte Sorotsky explains what it would take for that to happen.
Idahoans United for Women and Families is a statewide coalition trying to bring back abortion rights here to Idaho.
They've removed basically women's health care as we know it in Idaho.
That's how one former Sandpoint midwife sees Idaho's current abortion laws, which penalize doctors for providing abortions, except in cases of rape, incest, or if the mother's life is at risk.
If you have a miscarriage, where's the line between being able to treat that miscarriage versus running over into, could this be a criminal act?
She's part of this statewide coalition trying to put abortion rights back on the ballot.
We have asked, along with other voices, for a fix to Idaho's extreme laws for now 2 sessions.
And without a change in sight from lawmakers.
I'm very supportive of the current legislation that we have in banning abortions.
This group of Idahoans wants to take the issue to the voters instead.
And we know that Idahoans, according to our polling, 70% of them believe that the decision to have an abortion should be between a woman and her doctor.
To qualify for the ballot, they need 6% of Idaho's registered voters in at least 18 legislative districts to sign in support.
In Idaho, there are some various legal proceedings where we must file language and get language approved and get titles from our Attorney General's office.
Representative Jordan Redmond from Coeur d'Alene says this would likely be the only way the state's laws could change anytime soon.
I think that would be probably the only path forward currently, because I think our current legislature, the political will and heart that we have there is to uphold and keep the abortion ban there.
The coalition hopes to get this initiative on the 2026 ballot. Reporting in North Idaho, Bronte Sorotsky, 4 News Now.
And today, arguments were heard by the Supreme Court over Idaho's near abortion ban. The court's decision could determine whether doctors can perform abortions on pregnant women during emergencies in states that have banned abortion. The Justice Department maintains federal law requires that hospitals offer abortions if necessary to stabilize the health of emergency room patients. DOJ attorneys believe that that even applies to states like Idaho that completely ban abortions. Idaho's Attorney General says the White House is manipulating the law.
The Biden administration sued Idaho in an attempt to undermine our rights and our state's choice to preserve life.
A decision is expected by the end of June.
All right, enjoy the dry weather while you still can, because we have a few rounds of showers on the way beginning tomorrow.
And I think the grass is going to enjoy that, and a lot of the tulips that I've seen.
Starting to sprout up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, and there'll be some allergy relief as well, because today was certainly a tough one for allergies. Let's take a look at winds across the region. 24-mile-per-hour gusts right now in Spokane, 23-mile-per-hour gusts in Spokane Valley, also gusty winds in Moses Lake. Those winds will be dying down later this evening, and a calmer day tomorrow. And we're starting to clear out after a fairly cloudy day. This is a view from our station here at 500 West Boone Avenue over the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena. A little blue sky to end the day, but it is just temporary. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. You can see that clearing moving through, and then the clouds will fill in right behind it. In fact, here's a look at our forecast radar. We'll see the clouds returning overnight. We'll get another little break in the overcast tomorrow morning. Here's 8 a.m. with some sunshine from Spokane and points to the north. But then those clouds will increase as we get into the afternoon, and then the showers move in late afternoon and early evening. Here's a look at your planning forecast. We're going to start the day off at 41 degrees with partly sunny skies. The clouds move in quickly, overcast by after school, and then that chance of showers kicks in. We'll be a little bit cooler too, 59 for a high, but that is just about average. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes. Kirsten.
Thank you, Chris. Spokane Public Schools now considering adding a new bond to the November election. In February, the district asked voters for $200 million to rebuild 2 schools and update other campuses. That bond failed, and tonight the board floated the idea of asking voters to only pay for the 2 oldest schools to be replaced, citing a critical need considering the buildings are about 100 years old. Board members acknowledged the massive jump in property values that are raising taxes for homeowners. The board estimates this new plan would cost about $75 million after funds come in from the state. So they say you can think of it as paying for a cup of coffee a month instead of every week. The SPS board plans to meet again to discuss the idea. If they go for it, they'd have to file it by August 6th to make the November ballot.
For the second time this year, it appears the Freeman School District's capital projects levy will fail. Right now, the latest special election results from Spokane County elections shows the levy with 43.3% of the vote, far less than the 50% needed to pass. In February's special election, Freeman passed its learning levy, but the capital projects levy ended up just 50 votes short of passing. But after this latest likely failure, Freeman Superintendent Randy Russell tells us the school district is now going to have to make some difficult decisions and try to continue its conversation with the community about what its priorities are. Freeman will have to wait until next year to run another levy. Spokane County Fire District 9's maintenance and operations levy is failing by a really narrow margin. It needs a 60% supermajority to pass, and right now it has 59.1% of the vote. Fire Chief Jim Wolkowski says the levy funds 65% of the fire district's budget and is really important to maintain its level of service. The levy would be a renewal of funding, not a new tax. It would have cost taxpayers in Fire District 9 $1.47 per $1,000 of assessed property value in 2025, going up just 1 penny in 2026 and 2027.
Well, officials in West Richland say they will support students, staff, and anyone else in the community who's been impacted by the recent double murder and kidnapping involving a former Yakima police officer. According to officials, Elias Huizar shot and killed himself following a high-speed chase with Oregon State Police yesterday afternoon. Huizar's 1-year-old son was also in the car during the chase, and in this video you see him being taken into a squad car. The baby was unharmed and is currently being cared for by Oregon State officials until he can be reunited with his family.
I hope that the conclusion of this manhunt may serve as a catalyst for healing among all those impacted by this dreadful event.
Huizar also shot and killed his ex-wife at a West Richland elementary school during parent pickup. He killed his 17-year-old girlfriend whom he had the baby with. The cause of her death has not been released.
It's the 3rd day of the healthcare workers' strike at Sacred Heart Medical Center. From dusk to dawn, many tech workers are picketing for a new and improved contract offer from Providence.
Those striking claim it's needed to continue to provide the high level of care at the center. Earlier today, Susan Stacy, Providence Inland Northwest Chief Executive, sat down with 4 News Now's Hunter Bertram, telling him not all union members are hitting the picket line.
We had several, more than what is normal for a strike of this nature, of current union caregivers who chose to come into the building and take care of patients.
Union members are also calling for Stacy to come back to the bargaining table. When we asked if she would, she told us she has full confidence in the bargaining team to do their jobs.
2 years and over $3 million later, you can once again take a stroll or a swim at Downriver Park. The park is just northwest of downtown near the TJ Meanock Bridge, and that's where our Hunter Bertram introduces us to one little guy who just wants to toss some rocks.
Yeah, Derek, let's take a moment to reminisce on the joy of skipping a rock across the river. Some skip, most sink, yet the joy can be seen reflecting on the water.
I'm throwing rocks.
One at a time or many is the game for 4-year-old Samuel.
Want to throw that big one?
Throwing big rocks, a pastime many families can enjoy now at Downriver, and Samuel's siblings in a few years.
Our access points are about letting people interact with truly our best natural asset as a community and have them become stewards of it for the kids and grandkids and all those people that come after us.
The new and improved park that right now you'll need to raft on if going in the river, but in summer it's said to be cleaner and healthier for us Spokanites.
What we have is a much safer, healthier, cleaner river for our community for now and for years to come.
Its closure began in 2022, a part of the Cochrane Basin that was created in the 80s when Spokane separated its sewer waste and storm water. Before that, the basin drained into the river at this park. Now, new infrastructure is preventing the contaminants in the drainage from washing into the river.
If you're watching the falls roar through the downtown on the plaza next to Monroe Street, or enjoying a craft beer outside of Brick West, you're having a good time above a sewer tank.
A good, cleaner, and safer time so kids like Samuel can keep skipping rocks over Spokane's lovely river.
Yeah, and here at the Downriver Park, part of that new infrastructure is actually a new filtration system that'll work on filtering out chemicals and other contaminants before they wash away into the river. Live in Spokane, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
All right, Hunter, thank you. Well, heat kills more people in the U.S. each year than floods, hurricanes, and tornadoes.
Coming up, meteorologist Matt Gray explains the tool being used to help better communicate the dangers of heat waves. And airlines are now required to follow new rules if they cancel your flight. How that's meant to help you get your money back faster. Coming up on 4 News Now at 6.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
For 27 years, our promise has been to save you green.
Catch all the action at Caesar Sportsbook, located inside Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino, the area's largest sportsbook. Bet your favorite games live as they happen with in-play betting, or place bets ahead of time with the Bet Ahead feature. Only at Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. You just win here.
Yeah, I'm a little over my head here.
We can certainly take care of that for you. When you're looking for a company that's noteworthy, look no further.
Call your friends at Mainstream Electric Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing and spend your time doing more important things.
When I was told I had a brain tumor, my life disappeared in a moment. I feared for my future, but even more, I feared for the ones I love. How would they move on without me? But when my doctor told me about the Gamma Knife of Spokane, everything changed. I can get my brain tumor treated in just 1 day and continue living the life I love. Because of Gamma Knife, I have hope.
Fresh Soul brings Southern-inspired recipes to life. The nonprofit restaurant educates students through a diverse job training program.
In just 12 weeks, we teach the kids everything they need to know about food prep, how to cook, and proper etiquette skills. This experience empowers youth to be successful upon completion of this program. Fresh Soul, get these kids experience for the real world.
Numerica Credit Union is honored to donate $1,000 to Fresh Soul. This is how Numerica cares for kids.
Catch all the action at Caesar Sportsbook, located inside Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino, the area's largest sportsbook. Bet your favorite games live as they happen with in-play betting, or place bets ahead of time with the Bet Ahead feature. Only at Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. You just win here.
Next ET, our Lisa Vanderpump exclusive inside her new Lake Tahoe restaurant, plus her hot take on the future of Vanderpump Rules.
We'll know when the time's right.
Next ET.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
Tomorrow night, his life is about to change forever as a top pick in the NFL draft. But first, tomorrow morning, he's on GMA. Jaden Daniels. See why everyone's talking about him. Plus, John Bon Jovi, live tomorrow on
Good Morning, America.
Tomorrow, the biggest names in college football will gather in Detroit for the NFL Draft.
Now, several Huskies are actually expected to be drafted in the first round. One of them is star wide receiver Rome Odunze, who explains why his father decided to name him Rome.
My name is Rome because my dad gave it to me. He's a big history buff. He's a big fan of the Roman Empire, just, what they were able to accomplish. You see some of the influence, they have today, especially with the My Roman Empire memes and all that stuff. When we had college game day at UW against Oregon, There was some Roman Empire posters, and they had me on there, and that was a lot of fun to see. People were always asking me the question, you know, how many times do you think about the Roman Empire? More than the average person, probably, because my name is Rome. My message to you, Dad, is thank you for all that you've done for me, man. When my name is called, I feel like, you know, our name is called, so thank you.
Probably a top 10 guy over tomorrow in the draft. Well, Thursday in the draft, I should say. A number of WSU Cougars are also expected to be drafted over the weekend, and one of them is a fan favorite. Defensive end Brendan Jackson is one of the most decorated players in WSU history. Coming up at 6:30, our Alex Crescenti talk with Cougars head coach Jake Dickert about Jackson's chances of having similar success in the NFL.
And a reminder, you can watch the draft right here on ABC starting tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Because of the draft, there are some schedule changes that you'll want to know about. You can catch a special edition of 4 News Now at 3 before World News at 3:30. And it's another special edition of 4 News Now at 4 leading into the draft. Then join us after the draft, where we will highlight the newest member of the Seahawks and how he fits into the current roster.
Beautiful, although breezy evening. The winds will be dying down as the sun sets. It's going to be 60 degrees at 7. We'll be in the 40s by 11, clearing off briefly, but the clouds and showers are back in the forecast. I'll go over the timing with you after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Our spring savings event is happening now at George Gee Kia Spokane.
Join STCU Best of Broadway for classic comedies, family favorites, and blockbuster hits live at First Interstate Center for the Arts. Season tickets include Stephen Sondheim's smash hit musical comedy Company, Funny Girl, the hit Broadway show with one of the greatest musical scores of all time, hilarious fan favorite Beetlejuice, feel-good celebration Mamma Mia, and the multi-Tony Award-winning new musical MJ. Order season tickets to reserve your seats now at BroadwaySpokane.com.
We're going to level with you. We had a bit of an incident here at the store, and now we're in the process of some repairs.
And while we rebuild, we thought we'd have a construction sale, and I think we're nailing it.
We've lowered prices on all our inventory, including our best sellers in dining room, living room, and bedroom.
Looking for a new recliner or sectional? You know we always guarantee the lowest Lazy Boy prices.
We aren't screwing around with this sale, and you don't want to miss it.
Kerner Furniture's construction sale is going on now.
Kerner Furniture, nice store, low prices.
With local utility rebates and massive tax credits available, it's now possible to upgrade to a heat pump for less than a traditional air conditioner. Heat pumps are far more efficient than air conditioners when it comes to heating and cooling your home. Get year-round comfort with higher efficiency, all while lowering your monthly utility bills. So don't be fooled into buying outdated air conditioning technology. Upgrade to a heat pump, the smart choice for smart homeowners. Call Bill's Heating and AC today for your free estimate.
Since 1937, Skelton's Flooring has had you covered. And now, Skelton's is celebrating the grand opening of Floor Trader Outlet. Friday, April 26th. Come in for food, drinks, giveaways, and special pricing. Skelton's Floor Trader Outlet buys huge quantities of flooring to provide low prices on high-quality products throughout the store. Skelton's Floor Trader Outlet. Come help us celebrate our grand opening. Friday, April 26th at 5951 Airport Road in Pullman.
KXLY Plus can now also be seen over the air on KXLY ABC4. Live updates, breaking news, weather every 10 minutes from the 4 News Now team. Get up to date on the information you need weekdays at 11 a.m. KXLY ABC4.
Welcome back. A live look over downtown Spokane. It's going to be a nice night for a dog walk. I'm sure the dog's pawing at the door right now. Please let me out. There's some rain on the way, so it's a good idea.
Yeah, and Chris, how long is that rain going to be sticking around?
You know, it is, I really want to emphasize that this rain it's not going to be the needed, beneficial soaking rains that we could use. More nuisance showers, just enough to ruin your car wash, and you could probably just go ahead and forge ahead with your plans. It is going to be a dry start to Thursday. Then we have some showers, still fairly hit and miss, coming in late in the day. More showers on Friday, and we'll see higher totals in North Idaho, but in Spokane we'll likely be measuring that rain in hundredths of an inch, maybe a tenth of an inch through Friday. And then this weekend, nuisance showers, but most of the weekend is going to be dry. I'll show you in just a moment. Meanwhile, for Thursday, again, the first part of the day is going to be dry. Then we start to bring in a chance of wet weather by around 3 o'clock, and then that zips up to 80% by 7 o'clock. And as I mentioned, the rainfall totals will not be very impressive. This is by 8 o'clock tomorrow evening, and we only have hundredths of an inch in most locations. A couple of exceptions. Along the east slopes of the Cascades, we see over a tenth of an inch. By Friday morning, a little bit more, starting to see the total in Coeur d'Alene and Lewiston jump. And then by Friday night, we're still only at a 5/100th of an inch in Spokane, with more around Coeur d'Alene, Kellogg, and Lewiston. But we could really use is a good half-inch soaking rain. Our chance of precipitation is going to be the highest on Friday, and then it really drops for the weekend. Unsettled weather, so you'll run into a sprinkle here, a shower there, but for the most part, the weekend is going to be fairly dry with temperatures right about average, if not a little below. Thursday morning lows with the clouds in and out will be a little above average. 41 in Spokane, 44 degrees in Coeur d'Alene. We're keeping a very close eye on overnight lows for you, as I just see those petunias everywhere. I cannot go to a grocery store without seeing these beautiful baskets of petunias, and I want you to not have those freeze on you. High temperatures tomorrow will be seasonable. Upper 50s, lower 60s, common around the region. 57 in Coeur d'Alene, 68 in Lewiston. It'll be 64 in Omak. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. The highest chance of precipitation coming on Friday. That's our best chance for measurable rain, and then it's just sort of spotty hit and miss sprinkles through the rest of the 7-day forecast, with high temperatures in the average range and overnight lows looking a little tricky as we get into next week in terms of any sensitive vegetation that you may already be nursing along at your house.
All right, Chris, thank you so much. Well, there is a new way to talk about heat waves. It's called heat risk, and it was developed by the National Weather Service and the CDC.
Heat risk was already in testing for years in the inland Northwest, but you may just be hearing about it for the first time. Meteorologist Matt Gray is here to explain how it all works.
And so a lot of people don't know that heat kills more people in the U.S. each year on average than tornadoes, hurricanes, and floods, and sometimes it's all of them combined in a given year. But what we're going to end up seeing is, well, you need a category for it, right? After all, hurricanes have categories. We've got categories for tornadoes. So why not have one for heat? And that's exactly what heat risk is. You take a heat wave, you take the forecast, you're translating it into a single number that almost anybody can understand, right? So the scale goes from 0 to 4, 4 being the most extreme. So think about it kind of like we think about air quality in the summer, right? So even at the bottom of the scale, people who are sensitive to heat will feel a little bit of impact. But the higher levels this goes, the more and more the heat affects almost everyone. Now, as we mentioned, this has been in testing in the Western United States for years. And in fact, the last few heat waves, our own National Weather Service office here in Spokane used that heat risk. This is from our last couple of 100-degree days we had last August. Now, we've had at least one of these level 4 extreme heat risk events in each of the last 3 summers in the inland Northwest, and in sometimes multiple times in a summer. Now, could we end up with 4 summers in a row with this kind of heat? Well, I tell you what, it's looking like a distinct possibility. I'll show you why here. So first, the summer outlook is out from the U.S. Climate Prediction Center. It's zeroing in on hotter and drier weather east of the Cascades. One potential reason that we could be transitioning, or that we could be seeing this, is that we're transitioning from El Nino to La Nina over the next few months. So hotter weather, drier weather. Why? Because research within the past few years says there could be a link between this transition from El Nino to La Nina during the summer months and hotter, drier summers here in the United States. And if that is the case, well, things are going to get interesting this summer.
All right, Matt, thank you. An out-of-control car ends with a 1,500-pound boulder in the middle of one woman's garage in Deer Park. how she plans on removing it next.
And fragments of the bird flu found in samples of the U.S. milk supply. Why federal officials say there's nothing to worry about next on 4 News Now at 6.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It all starts with a Chevy truck. Chevy Silverado with the TurboMax engine and best-in-class standard torque. And Chevy Silverado HD with up to 14 available camera views. Do more in a Chevy truck. Get yours now.
Get $5,000 total value on Silverado, LTZ, and High Country models when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Or during Chevy truck season, get as low as 0.9% financing in all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups.
See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
Meet Fargo, the new virtual assistant from Wells Fargo. Fargo makes banking faster and easier.
Fargo, turn off my debit card.
Lets you pick up the tab, even if you forget your wallet.
I got this.
Fargo, send Kaz $145 to Zelle.
Smooth. Fargo puts important information at your fingertips.
Fargo, what did I spend on groceries this month?
Hey, Dad, can the guy stay for dinner?
No.
Want to see everything Fargo can do? You can with Wells Fargo.
Have you worked or enjoyed the outdoors in Lincoln County before 2014? You may have been exposed to harmful Libby amphibole asbestos. Get your free asbestos health screening today. Don't wait. Early detection is key. Contact the Card Clinic at libbyasbestos.org.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on our next job. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. Our thanks to Horizon Credit Union for sponsoring the 4 News Now Extreme Team.
Elegance, style, quality, custom made for your project. Agalite shower doors and bath enclosures by River City Glass are designed for a lifetime of use. Timeless beauty that speaks for itself with superior quality and exceptional value. Offering exquisite custom wine room enclosures and office room glass, specializing in custom mirrors crafted to fit your space. Producing high-performance glass for every project, residential and commercial. River City Glass.
Home. It's both a place and a feeling. At yours, you strive to make new memories, create traditions, share stories, find the fun, embrace the surprises, and celebrate moments big and small. Memories are made at home, in every room, in every moment. Make your house feel like home at the Tin Roof.
Our spring savings event is happening now at George Gee Kia Spokane.
Welcome back. Well, there's nothing more frustrating than when your travel plans get ruined. Whether the airline lost your luggage or if your flight is delayed or canceled, it leaves many feeling like they don't have any options.
The Secretary of Transportation says he's been listening to nightmare scenarios from travelers and says his department is putting a stop to it now. CNN's Laura Aguirre breaks down the new mandates designed to get you where you're going faster.
Just ahead of the busy summer travel season, airlines are on notice.
From now on, when your flight is canceled for any reason, you are entitled to an automatic cash refund, and it has to be prompt.
And not just prompt.
And you get your money back without having to ask.
Automatic cash refunds for most flight disruptions, just one of several new mandates for U.S. air carriers unveiled by the Transportation Department Wednesday. And not just cancellations, but refunds for significant delays, too. 3 or more hours for domestic flights, 6 or more for international.
If there's another significant change to your itinerary, like maybe you were going to go into one airport, they actually changed the airport on you, or something like that, you're going to get your money back.
And what about those hidden or junk fees on ticket prices?
New provisions about the information that you should get up front so that you know before you buy a ticket what some of the fees are that are connected to that.
Refunds also apply to other services, like if a paid Wi-Fi service doesn't work.
Wi-Fi is a good example. Same thing with baggage. You pay extra to check a bag doesn't get there, then you ought to get your money back for that.
The new airline mandates are designed with a broader goal in mind.
It gives them more of a reason to make the investments and the realistic schedules that prevent that from happening to you in the first place.
To get the full details on your passenger rights, visit flightrights.gov. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Well, the FDA insists the nation's milk supply is safe after fragments of the bird flu virus were found in some milk samples. The Washington Post reports the fragments were found in samples taken from grocery stores in the U.S., but officials have not said where.
This may indicate that the outbreak among dairy cows is wider than what we thought. As of right now, this does not pose any threat for the individual, meaning fragments of a virus, if it's found in your milk, can actually cause disease.
The FDA says the commercial milk supply is safe, in part because of pasteurization, which heats milk to a specific temperature for a period of time. Officials saying even if virus is detected in raw milk, pasteurization is generally expected to eliminate pathogens to a level that does not pose a risk to consumer health. The FDA recommends you not consume raw milk or dairy products that have not been pasteurized. Well, we have much more coming up tonight at 6:30.
Including which WSU football player could hear his name called during this week's NFL draft, and the damage left behind after two teenage boys crashed into a woman's home early Sunday morning. The lesson she hopes other teens will learn coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
When your backyard is bursting with color and beauty, you're feeling more than pride. You've got the power of the flower from the Plant Farm. The power of the flower gives you creativity, inspiration, energy, and so much more. With the helping hand of the Plant Farm, life excites and your talent knows no boundaries. Bring home the power of the flower from the Plant Farm today, because life is better in the garden.
What makes Hospice of Spokane unique is their level of dedication to the patient.
We try to wrap our services around the patient and the family.
Your team feels like our team. That's how much we know you care about making sure patients and families get what they need.
We go, I feel like, above and beyond for the hospice patients to make that last journey of life comfortable.
My name is Megan, and I've been a member of Canopy Credit Union since I was 4. With Canopy, they have a whole team who's there to help guide you if you have questions. That's huge. It's so nice to know that you can get an answer to your questions. I have never had an issue that wasn't able to be resolved in a super friendly, helpful manner. It's so wonderful. I honestly don't think I'd ever leave.
It all starts with a Chevy truck. Chevy Silverado with the Turbo Max engine and best-in-class standard torque. And Chevy Silverado HD with up to 14 available camera views. Do more in a Chevy truck. Get yours now.
Get $5,000 total value on Silverado LTZ and High Country models when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Or during Chevy truck season, get as low as 0.9% financing in all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups.
See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
Graduation chaos. Next, Inside Edition. As anarchy erupts on college campuses across the USA, what will it mean for graduation ceremonies? Will protesters disrupt the class of 2024? Then, birthday cake disaster. Look what they wrote. Small cursive, middle of cake.
No way they wrote the instructions on the cake.
Next, Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7. Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
I could see the car was smoking off to the side, and I could hear the kids screaming for help.
That was Devin Ronzon recalling the night two teenage boys crashed into her home. The boys were going so fast, they sent a boulder flying into her garage.
Marissa Rios spoke with the homeowner today and shares more about what happened the night of the crash.
Speeding. That's what the Spokane County Sheriff's Office says caused this car crash. The 16-year-old driver is believed to have been going twice the speed limit of 45 miles per hour the night of the crash.
I saw this light coming fast, and my brain instantly said a car is going to hit your house.
As the teens, who were believed to be impaired at the time, traveled 90 miles per hour down North Short Road in Deer Park, Devin was preparing for the worst. The teenagers lost control and hit a boulder in Devin's yard, sending it flying into Devin's garage and catapulting themselves into Devin's yard.
I was so afraid to go to the car because I was afraid of what I would see, and I I was just so scared for those kids that they were going to be injured so badly.
Luckily, the Spokane County Sheriff's Office says both boys were sent to the hospital with serious but non-life-threatening injuries. As for Devin's home, it's a different story. Her white picket fence is shattered to pieces, her car is destroyed, and there is a 1,500-pound boulder that now sits in her garage, something she says an excavation company will have to remove.
And it isn't just the damage that Devin is now dealing with. Her room is right at this window over here. She says she still can't sleep in her bed because she is scared.
Every time I hear a fast car coming from the north, I start to panic. A trailer went by and made a loud bang when it hit a bump the other day, and I jumped. My heart's racing.
Devin hopes that all drivers can learn from this. She hopes people will see this damage and realize the importance of slowing down and to never drive while under the influence. For safety tips and apps you can install to make sure your kids stay safe on the road, visit our website at kxly.com. Reporting in Deer Park, Marissa Rio. 4 News Now.
Good advice. Live look over downtown Spokane right now. After a gray day, we're getting a little bit of late day sunshine and some blue sky. It's going to look very different 24 hours from now. We do have gusty winds in some locations, winds up to 25 miles per hour that have picked up this evening. They will be dying down later tonight, and expect a calmer day tomorrow. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. It is going to be a dry start to Thursday. May even have a little bit of sunshine initially, then the clouds will increase in the afternoon with some light showers coming in late in the day. More light showers on Friday with heavier rainfall totals through North Idaho and Spokane. It will be quite light, mostly dry weekend. However, a hit or miss shower possible Saturday and Sunday. Meanwhile, here's a look at your Thursday planner. We're going to start the day off at 41 degrees with partly sunny skies. Chance of showers in the forecast by late afternoon, early evening. That high of 59. Cooler than it has been the past couple of days, but right about average. 60 is our average high. I'll be back in just a few minutes with your 7-day outlook. Plus, it is Wildlife Wednesday. Derek.
All right, Chris, thank you. The Panhandle Health District says it's seeing a rise in whooping cough cases in Kootenai County, with the majority of those cases being found in kids. One doctor saying it's very contagious and spreads easily from person to person. Symptoms of whooping cough include runny nose, a low-grade fever, and a mild occasional cough.
The Spokane City Council has approved Mayor Lisa Brown's plan to spend $13 million to combat the city's opioid crisis. $500,000 will be given to add more staff to the Spokane Fire Department's Community Assistance Response, or CARES program, doubling their caseload capacity. Another $500,000 will go toward the creation of a high utilizer and complex care initiative, which will provide wraparound services for individuals cycling between jail, emergency departments, and local shelters. This is the first allocation of opioid settlement dollars. The city anticipates receiving over $13 million over 17 years.
Around the nation, the U.S. government will now provide $95 billion in aid to Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan. President Biden saying this aid package will make America and the world safer.
It's a good day for America, it's a good day for Europe, and it's a good day for world peace.
The passage of the bills, months in the making, finally winning bipartisan support and passing in the Senate last night.
This foreign aid package comes as pro-Palestinian protests are happening at college campuses across the country. Everybody put your fists up. Most have been peaceful, but things turned violent at Cal Poly Humboldt Tuesday. Police struggling to control hundreds of pro-Palestinian demonstrators on the college campus. The school is closed today. At NYU, security was ramped up. A new barricade put up after clashes between protesters and police. Also in New York, Columbia University turning to virtual learning for the last week of classes after some Jewish students said they felt unsafe.
I don't mean to diminish that, but I'd say the majority of my friends, especially Jewish friends, feel a sense of insecurity at this time.
I haven't been able to go to classes just because of the constant shouting and screaming for violence against Jews.
Video from today shows dozens of tents still set up on campus. Columbia University is in negotiations with student protesters. Both sides say they are making progress. Talks will continue over the next 2 days.
Another part of the foreign aid package could lead to TikTok being banned in the U.S. The new law gives ByteDance TikTok's Chinese parent company 270 days to sell the social media platform.
Congress is acting to prevent foreign adversaries from conducting espionage, surveillance, maligned operations, harming vulnerable Americans, our servicemen and women, and our U.S. government personnel.
But some experts say the bill doesn't prioritize the right issue.
Really what the U.S. needs to do, if it's worried about data collection, is pass comprehensive privacy legislation that would regulate the kind of data that all social media platforms and tech companies can collect on us and keep on us and share on us.
And TikTok is fighting back, calling the legislation unconstitutional. The company's CEO vowing to take the issue to court. Well, federal officials want to make school meals healthier.
Yeah, the new standards announced today will limit the amount of sugar and sodium in breakfasts and lunches served to nearly 30 million students. Allison Martinez breaks down the new standards and why some experts say it's a first step in the right direction.
For the first time in 14 years, the USDA is reforming school meal standards across the U.S. The changes will be implemented in phases over the next few years.
Children will be eating healthier foods as a result, and we couldn't be more pleased.
Beginning in the 2025-26 school year, the new standards call for certain products, including breakfast cereals, yogurt, and flavored milk, to have specific limits on added sugars. By the 2027-28 school year, added sugars can't make up more than 10% of the total weekly calories for breakfasts and lunches.
Sugars are a source of calories that have very little, no nutritional value. And one can eat food that tastes really, really good that doesn't have to have those added sugars.
The new standards will also limit sodium in future school meals, requiring a 15% cut in sodium in lunches and a 10% cut in sodium in breakfasts by the 2027-28 school year. The American Heart Association says the new standards are a step in the right direction.
We feel like this is a path, not the destination. There's a little bit more that can be done on added sugars and lowering salt.
Beginning next school year, schools will also have the option to require unprocessed agricultural products to be locally grown, raised, or caught. Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
All right, coming up next in sports, a collection of Cougar football legends will be at that spring game on Saturday.
Yeah, football fans will get a blast from the past, that's for sure. The latest details on what to expect if you plan on going to the game. Plus, we continue our pre-draft coverage, highlighting a WSU fan favorite. Stay with us.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Floor & Home by Carpet One.
Some injury lawyers you see on TV aren't even from here. They could be in Texas, California,
or even worse, Florida.
Local representation matters.
Good luck getting attention from 1,000 miles away.
Call the advocates.
We're here for you, not way over there for you.
There's a good feeling we get when we show up for others, whether it's a family member, a neighbor, or a local nonprofit we care about. And it's not just about the good feels. Volunteering or donating money to support nonprofit organizations helps everyone in the community. When you give what you can, great things happen for everyone. That's what Give Big is all about. On May 7th and 8th, visit wagives.org to discover and donate to nonprofits that are making good things happen in your community and around our state.
Hi, I'm Martita, award-winning interior designer and realtor, and I always stop by Consign Furniture and Jewelry first. For my interior design projects, there is inspiration everywhere. One-of-a-kind, budget-friendly pieces, all in 60,000 square feet. For my real estate clients, whether they want to buy or sell, I always encourage them to consign. They do all the heavy lifting while you sit back, relax, and collect your check. Consign Furniture and Jewelry. Smart way to buy, easy way to sell.
Yeah, I'm a little over my head here.
We can certainly take care of that for you. When you're looking for a company that's noteworthy, look no further.
Call your friends at Mainstream Electric Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing and spend your time doing more important things.
When you win at Mr. Quad Casino Hotel, you choose your grand prize. You could win a new Chevy Blazer, Silverado, or Camaro, or $30,000 cash. North of Spokane on Highway 395.
And off you go. AutoNation Chevrolet makes it easy to find the right car for whatever you're off to next. Drive a new Chevy Silverado for $10,000 off MSRP. Go to AutoNation Chevy today.
You know what I've learned from playing soccer? Play as a team, outwit your opponent, and never give up.
You know what I've learned from being a lawyer? Play as a team, outwit your opponent, never give up.
No wonder we work so well together.
Yeah.
Well, the 2024 NFL Draft gets underway tomorrow night in Detroit. One Coug who's expected to be drafted is a longtime fan favorite.
Yeah, defensive end Brennan Jackson is one of the most accomplished players in WSU history. Our Alex Crescenti spoke with Cougars head coach Jake Dickert about Jackson's chances to have similar success in the pros.
All right, moving to the defensive line. Of course, we'd be remiss to not talk about Mr. Brennan Jackson here, the six-year guy, finally going off to the NFL. When you would watch tape on Sunday afternoons, what really stood out just looking at him?
Energy, effort, toughness. Embodies it. I mean, he really embodies everything it is to be a Coug. Obviously, his journey and being here for 6 years. But I like to tell Brennan, man, just go play and be a bull in the china shop. When he doesn't think, when he plays aggressive, he's as good as they get. And like I said, he's going to bring such value to an organization. We've heard such great things on just effort and energy alone. They want him in their building. And he's going to find a way to do it. And he's got position flexibility. He could be a 4-3 end. He could be a 3-4, kind of inside 4 eyes. So just excited about Brennan's future. And don't be shocked when he makes a roster come Sundays this fall.
When you look at him, he just has that NFL sort of build.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, the story goes from, you know, it's come from his mom. She's been so hard on him and develop him like this. But to be that big in that 6'4" plus frame, to be in 265 pounds and carrying that type of weight, I think there's just an amazing, you know, man in there, high character values that he's gonna maximize himself. And I think as a football player at any level, what else can you really ask for?
You can watch the NFL Draft right here on ABC starting tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Washington State's annual Crimson and Gray spring game kicks off on Saturday, and this year the Cougs are pulling out all the stops.
Yeah, there will be some Cougar legends on the sideline. Sports director Julian Minnesone joins us. So, Julian, who can we expect to see on Saturday?
Yeah, WSU royalty will be in the house, that's for sure. For the first time ever, the Cougs will have a few celebrity head coaches for the spring game. The Crimson team will be coached by Gardner Minshew. The Gray team will be coached by the throwing Samoan, Jack Thompson, and Ruben Mays. Mays played running back for WSU in the 80s and was an All-American and two-time Pac-10 Player of the Year. He went on to win NFL Rookie of the Year and was a two-time Pro Bowler. Thompson right there is arguably the best quarterback in WSU history, setting a number of passing records during his time in Pullman. We had to pull out the archives for that one. And Minshew is up there as well. He was just named to the Pro Bowl last year and won Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Year, leading the Cougs to the Alamo Bowl in 2018. So it's a star-studded cast who will be on display during the spring game at 3 o'clock on Saturday. Fans can buy tickets for premium seats online for general admission. WSU, all they're asking for is a canned food donation, and it'll go to the WSU Food Pantry. Now, if that's not enough to get your Cougar fix, a number of WSU greats will be playing in the Cougs' first QB Classic Golf Tournament on Friday at Palouse Ridge Golf Club. Along with Thompson and Minshew, Mark Rippon and John Olerud will be there, just to name a few. Fans are invited to the pavilion for pictures and autographs from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Friday. So a couple Coug greats there this weekend. Should be pretty fun. I've seen the reaction on Twitter saying, oh, I didn't know if I wanted to go before, but now I do, now that they're going to be some Coug legends on the sideline there.
Yeah, it should be really fun.
I wonder if anyone will pull out their Minshew Halloween costumes that they have tucked away.
Bring them out. Those mustaches again, all that. All right,
stuff.
Chris, over to you.
Well, it is Wildlife Wednesday, and here's just a preview. A picture from Dora Z. Davis of an American white pelican, actually several, but one in particular has caught our eye, stretching out the pouch in his mouth. I guess they need to do that to keep them supple and ready to catch fish. It's quite a look. I'll be back with more photos and your 7-day forecast after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Catch all the action at Caesars Sportsbook, located inside Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino, the area's largest sportsbook. Bet your favorite games live as they happen with in-play betting, or place bets ahead of time with the Bet Ahead feature. Only at Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. You just win here.
Considering a new air conditioner? Before you commit, call Bill's Heating and AC. We're elevating efficiency and savings by matching heat pump prices to any local air conditioner quotes and setting a new standard for comfort. Why heat pumps? Similar to ACs, they offer high efficiencies to heat and cool your home for a lower cost. And with the purchase of qualifying equipment, you may be eligible to receive a 25C tax credit of up to $3,200. Don't miss out. Call Bill's Heating and AC for your free quote now.
You're feeding it.
I will, I promise. Thanks to our Premier Rewards Visa credit card from ICCU, we earned enough cash back to stock up on puppy supplies.
But we don't have a puppy.
They're very convincing children.
Hi, welcome to Coeur d'Alene Honda.
Thank you. I've been coming to Coeur d'Alene Honda for years, and they always treat me just like family here.
Our customers love how easy it is to do business with us.
We have Hondas that fit everyone's budget.
Awarded Dealer of the Year and rated 4.7 on Google.
All new Hondas and select pre-owned come with our nationwide lifetime warranty.
Plus, all new Hondas come with 2 years free maintenance.
Which Honda would you prefer? Coeur d'Alene Honda with the lifetime warranty at no additional cost to you, or the other guys?
Don't forget about our lifetime warranty.
It's Click It RV's huge spring cleaning liquidation event. Now extended through the end of April at the old Newport Cinemas. There's huge savings on motorhomes, travel trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, and more. With super low interest rates, 0 down, and no payments until September. And our trade-up program gets you up to $4,000 above book. Enter to win $30,000 in cash or a new 2023 StarCraft trailer. So beat the spring rush and don't miss this huge spring cleaning liquidation event. Now extended through the end of April. 1 mile past the Y at the old Newport Cinemas.
Catch all the action at Caesars Sportsbook, located inside Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino, the area's largest sportsbook. Bet your favorite games live as they happen with in-play betting, or place bets ahead of time with the Bet Ahead feature. Only at Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. You just win here.
4 News Now is brought to you by Liberty Park Florist.
All right, starting next Friday, you will no longer have to pay to get on a Spokane transit bus until July. The free rides are meant to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Expo 74, and those free rides will last until July 5th.
Yeah, a lot of people maybe who haven't been on the bus will try it out. And hey, if they're running Bloomsday, they can also take the bus.
That is a good way to get to Bloomsday because
avoid all that traffic.
Yes, finding a spot to park can be quite a trick. Well, let's talk about some wildlife, shall we? Here is Wildlife Wednesday. We're going to start off with an adorable photo of a couple of sleepy owls. Looks like Mama Great Horned Owl is one eye open because she's got her little one there, and little owlet is having a nice big yawn. This is from Mark Stoser. Great photo, Mark. Mark Vogt, 2 marks. Mark Vogt shared this photo of a beautiful, healthy yearling moose. Some of the moose this time of year look a little rough. They are losing their winter coats, and this one is looking good. Thank you, Mark. Pretty lighting there, too. And from Sherry Gwynn, an osprey. Has an interesting hairdo in the breeze, and that look on this osprey's face. He's looking at Sherry like he's not very happy. You can see he has a fish in his talons. The photo that comes right after this one I cannot show during the dinner hour, but let's just say that the osprey expresses his displeasure with Sherry's presence in a rather vulgar way. I'll have that on my Facebook page later. But here is a look at your Thursday precipitation. We're going to be dry to start the day, and then we have a slight chance of showers starting around 3 o'clock. More likely, any wet weather will hold off until 5 or later. And unfortunately, the closer this more active weather pattern gets, the less likely it looks like we are going to have any rain of any significance, especially in Spokane and the Columbia Basin. Here's a look at our rainfall totals projected through 8 o'clock tomorrow evening, with that first round of precipitation just in the hundredths of an inch in most locations, the exceptions being along the east slopes and in the central Panhandle Mountains. We do have additional opportunities for rain. Friday looks like the wettest day of the forecast, and then a little bit of precipitation possible through the weekend and into early next week. But as we look at the 5-day projections for precipitation totals, we're only looking at a 1/10 of an inch in Spokane. Right in Coeur d'Alene, only a 1/10 of an inch, but in the mountains around the region, higher totals. 1/4 of an inch will be common elsewhere. So it's not a big soaking rain, but little dribs and drabs over the next few days. Temperatures, meanwhile, will be running just a little below average. Our average high is 60 now, and we will be in the 50s through the next 3 days, hitting 60 on Sunday, and then cooling back down in the 50s to start next week. Overnight lows, keeping a close eye on those. We're going to be in the 40s for the next several nights. Then as we get into next week, we may have to talk about covering up some plants or bringing some of those pretty baskets into the garage if you have already gotten those, and I don't blame you if you have. Kirsten?
They're tempting. They're looking really pretty at the store.
Yes.
Thank you, Chris. Here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Considering selling your RV? R&R wants it. Tired of paying storage fees? R&R needs it. Just don't use it anymore? R&R will buy it. Due to a critical shortage of pre-owned RVs, R&R RV is currently paying our absolute top dollar for your used RV. Any year, any make, any model. Turn your RV into cash or flip it for a newer model. So if you no longer use it or want it, let R&R RV buy it. Visit the R&R RV Superstore in Liberty Lake or call Keith at 509-499-2601.
A luxury Audi experience doesn't start when you're driving or even when you first get behind the wheel. It starts here at Audi Spokane, where we treat you like you're our only customer. You can lease a new 2024 Audi Q4 Premium 50 for only $459 a month, or a new 2024 Audi Q8 e-tron for just $669 a month. Start your luxury journey now at Audi Spokane, an AutoNation company.
Tonight, the Connors are back.
I'm scared, Daddy.
Celebrate a brand new season.
Maybe bring over a large bouquet of beers. I'm planning on making a stunning arrangement for my belly.
The Connors, new tonight on ABC.
Well done, Viv. You got the presents, the balloons, and the Raptor cake. Now, how about something to put a smile on your face? Aspen Dental provides complete, affordable care with dentists and labs in one place. Plus, free exams and x-rays for new patients without insurance, and 20% off treatment plans for everyone. Quality care at a price worth celebrating. It's one more way Aspen Dental is in your corner.
It's the place we start every day, where we prep, primp, and relax on the weekends. At Northwest Granite, we understand your bathroom is the second most used room in your home, which is why we help you pick out the perfect cabinets, tile backsplash, and countertops to make your bathroom beautiful. At Northwest Granite, we help you design it, we build them, and we will install it so you can enjoy it.
92.9 CCU. CCU.
4 News Now is brought to you by Mainstream Electric Heating, Cooling, Plumbing.
A dry start to the day, and then we do have some showers moving in, a high of 59 on Thursday.
Okay.
Sounds more normal than our 70-degree days. We can enjoy that, right?
For sure. Oh, yeah. All right, thanks so much for being with us here on 4 News Now at 6 o'clock.
We'll see you on Nightside at 11.